My name is Verlin Rice. I've been a member of Fellowship Missionary Church and attending here since 1997. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I do some counseling here at church with couples and individuals, and I find a great deal of satisfaction and delight. I so much appreciate being able to live from the gifted area that God has given to me. Prayer is a very powerful thing if we understand it. And one of the things I understand about prayer is that God is calling us to a deeper level of intimacy with Himself.
My name is Paulette Williams. My sister Carolyn and I have been attending Fellowship since 2008. I can always remember my daddy praying for us. He even told us that one day I'm not going to be here. So you children have to learn how to trust God now. So prayer has been a part of my life, all of my life.
Prayer leads us into a much deeper relationship with Him. And I can recount situation after situation when I'm working with somebody in the office and I'm leading them through a prayer process, and they ask the Father to reveal something to them, something true about themselves or a wound that they suffered in the past. And invariably, you don't have to wait 10 seconds, and the Spirit will lead them into an awareness of something that God is willing to heal them. And when they begin to see that the Spirit is talking to them in prayer, then they begin to either repent of it or renounce it, and real change then can occur. But it's through prayer. It's through prayer that happens.
God made us promises, and He said if we would humble ourselves and pray, we would hear from heaven. Along the way, sometimes you forget how powerful prayer is, but God in His own way remind you again who you are.
We're chosen, we're adopted, we're forgiven, we're redeemed, and we're sealed. That gives us really a launching pad to go to the Father, go to Papa, boldly approach His throne and ask for anything that He has for us, because there's so much power in prayer. There's so much change that can occur in prayer, and we can find even greater freedom when we begin to grasp the truth of those 5 words.
I ask God to just touch, heal, give hope to, stir the conscience of, and just ask Him to bless, keep, and open eyes, number 1. I ask Him to open eyes that may be blinded as to who He is.
Paul taught in his letters, often he wrote in his letters prayers that he was praying on behalf of the people, that they be strengthened, that they be enlightened, that they become aware, that they find wisdom and strength in the power of Jesus Christ. And I encourage people to pray those same prayers over themselves and over one another.
When we become a child of God, we're not perfect, but when we become a child of God, we are to encourage each other, we are to pray for each other, lift each other up, because we're all eventually gonna go through some attacks on our lives and some hard situations. So it's best to have a group of people or a person that you can go to when these things happen, so you don't feel so alone. And maybe between the two of you, you can find the peace and comfort that you need. I'm just a nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. And that's my testimony.